Hello, everybody. Once again, we are back here Tuesday night. It is 7 o'clock Central. That would be 5 o'clock Pacific, and something like 8 o'clock over on the East Coast and mountains. Does anyone even live there? But 6 o'clock, if so. And Arizona
Hi,
as
Hal,
well.
if you're here.
All right. So let's see. What happened last week? We left off last week, the big game. And Etienne was gearing up for the big game, but then they got a call to go talk to Mr. Gambetti, everybody's favorite, my favorite certainly. And while they were over there talking to Mr. Gambetti, he basically had a job for them, which he offered them. I think at the end, I think it was 12 grand each is what you negotiated from him. But the only information he had was that he was supposed to drop off whatever it is that the money that he's got to get the data that he's being kind of blackmailed for at the Hole, a bar kind of in the north side in Horde territory actually, and that the name of the person who called was the Ogre. That's really all he had. Everybody feels like there may be something more to what's going on. He did say that, it's underground pit fighting and sometimes things aren't 100% on the up and up, and maybe, someone's got something or made something up that shows Sid doing something that's not 100% on the up and up. Say it ain't so, Sid.
Say it ain't so.
Say it ain't so. So with that, the group is out there trying to figure out where we're going to find the Ogre. Probably the Hole, but that's really their only lead. And they've been kind of trying to figure out who the Ogre kind of works with or works for, I suppose, is where they're at now. And that's where we left off last week, I believe, is trying to determine exactly where we're going to go and what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. So with that, also, Durye's not here because he is prepping all day long for his big 24-hour stream tomorrow on Whoa Nelly Media. So, spend some time over there. I think Jen's going to be on there in the morning. And then we are also doing our own sort of day-long streamathon because tomorrow's the last full day of the Coddlesworth Clockwork Circus Kickstarter campaign. And we're I think we just surpassed the $9,000 mark. We're hoping to get to 10. And then maybe if we can drum up all the interest tomorrow, we can maybe push that up to 15 and get it in color. I'd really like that. But at least we'll get up to the 10, I think, and that'll be pretty amazing. So we're going to be on all day tomorrow as well. I'm definitely going to, take a little time and go check out what's going on with Whoa Nelly Media, maybe help with their fundraising because they're doing it for a charity, and try and get some of their traffic over here. Help each other out and not look at it as competing, but as offering more. Bolstering. I like bolstering. So tonight I'm not doing Johnson style. I'm doing Ganger style. So because we might be running into some gangers, it's probable. And with that, why don't we go ahead and sit with our characters who are discussing what to do or what they need to look for.
So what are we doing and what are we looking for?
We're looking for a guy named the Ogre, and we need to sort out all that blackmail kind of thing. I don't know much about the gangs around here, but I know someone who may know something. I could call Becky. She could know about any gangs operating out of a bar named The Hole and led by
Becky 89?
99. Don't short her.
Oh, okay. No, 99. Right, you're right. You're right. You're right. And so, all right. Do you need to like go to sleep or anything? And as he's saying that, he's like reaching under the seat to see if he can find a marker.
No, that's just a phone call. Now, if I would go and try and talk to Quantum Princess, that'd be different. We do that stuff right on the Matrix, but Becky,
Maybe you should hit her up. And then he reaches a little bit deeper under his seat.
He frowns and he's like, the snacks are on the other seat, right?
Yeah, the snacks are what I'm looking for.
It's all about the snacks.
Yeah. Okay. Other than that, I'm not exactly sure. I could do some research on the Matrix, but gangs around here, unless there are specifically about running the Matrix and doing that kind of stuff, they're not very active on it.
Well, and that spot is up near my neighborhood too, so we may be able to use that as an in if Becky 99 doesn't have some additional information.
Okay, well, let's get driving then. I'll call her on the way.
All right.
And as we're driving, Satchel kind of turns to Gertrude and is like, "Do you have like extra strong needles, by the way?"
Extra strong needles?
And he kind of like nods and he's like, "Yeah, like normal needles apparently won't work on me anymore. Like I didn't count any extra thick needles when I was counting your medical supplies earlier." So
I see. Yeah, I think the Valkyrie module can probably accommodate you, and we'll be sure to pick up some extra supplies for you.
And he just kind of nods and then just kind of fades back into a seat.
Yeah, and one of the cool things about like injuries is that if you're actually injured, it's somehow actually opened up a path into your flesh through the orthoskin. So regular needles can just kind of use the same entry point as the offending attack.
Sew it from the inside, and then
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's always important to let your doctor know when something changes. So thank you for letting me know, because I might have been surprised.
Yeah.
And not in a fun way.
Yeah, so now like in order to patch up, like normally it's just they super glue the wound and kind of push it closed for 10 seconds. Now you need something, ortho glue. Yeah.
cement glue with like
Something like that.
something that you can squeeze it together.
Bondo. I'll buy that for $1. All right, so you're gonna call Becky 99.
I will.
Let's do that.
All right. Hey, Becky.
Hey, what's going on? Etienne. Hey, how's it going? Everything's okay?
Yeah, it's mostly okay. I got a little job, and I had some questions for you. I've been here for a little bit of time now, but the Angels are mostly the only gang I've been working with and know about. But now I gotta go and talk to some people from a different organization. You know anything about a guy that calls himself the Ogre? Him and his boys are usually operating out of some bar called The Hole.
The Ogre. That's kind of common, especially if you're talking about up north with the Horde. I mean, names like the Ogre and Bruiser and Hulk and Smasher, and those are fairly common.
Yeah, so I've been told, but I figured I'd ask someone who knows more about it. So
the Hole, you said, though.
Yeah, what about that place?
Let's see. The hole is
It's wait. Where? And he turns to the others. Where's the bar again?
On the north side, did we get an address?
no, you didn't get the exact address. But I mean, you could get the address. So the whole, I mean, she thinks about it for a second and she says, "Yeah, there's a I want to say that we've had some issues with a crew there, the Chem Boys. I think it's Chem Boys, something like that. Mostly just punks. When the horde kind of came in and brought everything under, you know, they made a big show of not getting pulled under, I guess. But eventually, you know, they rolled over and gave Alexi their belly like everybody else up there. So, yeah. And now that I think about it, that's definitely their hangout. They've got actually a working pool table, and I think that's their jam. So,
okay. So these guys, the Chem boys, they're dangerous. I mean, when that one would think that they you know, they use a little bit, and that could make them unpredictable.
you know, anytime you're messing around with gangs, you should always be careful. I mean, that's kind of what I think, right?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Just every little bit helps. All right. Well, hey, thank you.
Sure.
I'll drop by tomorrow when we're done with all that mess, so we can talk more and I can do some work for you.
Sure, right on. Yeah, that works for me. All right, have a good one. Good luck with whatever you're doing up at the hole.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
And click.
And click.
Cecil just waved in the background.
It's this is gonna turn on. It's like you know that was just like a call. I didn't put on the video.
And he just kind of like and just continues to sit back in the seat like nothing.
Like it's not like he's gonna use his deck as a phone, just hold a big thing in his hand and well, yeah, apparently the people we're gonna go against or talk to are well, the people who hang out at that place are the Chem boys. They're kind of assholes, didn't wanna go under the status quo of the place, but they did, like everybody else.
That doesn't sound too promising, at least not for us.
No, indeed. Maybe Sid was right to say that they probably weren't the one orchestrating that.
Maybe we should. They're called the Kim Boys. He says, and then like maybe we should get full suits or something.
Well, I have mine, and last time we used chemicals, it didn't go so well. So it's a little bit late for now, but it's something to consider in the future.
Do we have to get the Kim Boys anytime soon? Is there a time crunch?
I mean, I have my own thing going on that I'd like to be back home for, but also I think Sid was kind of worried about it and, wanted it resolved as soon as possible so he didn't have to pay the money. We'll pay them the money. He's gonna.
Is Nico still in the van or is he somewhere else?
Nico said that he was going to go look into something that he thought he remembered, and he's going to go talk to the Danger Crew.
Okay, so he's not with us. All right.
Yeah.
Then, what do you think, Gertrude?
Well, it sounded like Sid was definitely in a pickle, so I would be hesitant to delay it any more than we probably have to.
How much do you think we should delay it to avoid death?
I mean, you go ahead, Gertrude.
You're assuming that there's death involved for us. I'm more concerned about death involved for Sid. Have you ever encountered a loan shark before?
He just kind of like shakes his head slowly, and then he realizes that she's driving, and he should probably use his words. So he's like, "No, I don't really use short sharks."
They are not nice, and they take their loans very seriously. That's why most people go to banks for loans and not guys in the alley.
Sense.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't really know how deep this goes. Like we're gonna go talk to the gang areas. There's probably someone else behind all of that, and then maybe someone else behind that someone else, and so on, so on. So I mean,
And we'll be up by my house, so if anything really goes sideways, we can just go back to my clinic.
Okay.
I use that term very loosely. It's my garage, but
Fair enough.
It's got a clinicky part, you know. So what's the consensus here? We're going to head over to the place, see what we can find.
yeah, I think so.
I believe so. Sounds good to me.
All right.
I'm from what Becky told me, these guys are, they're gangers, so it's not like they're gonna tell us what we want to know if we ask nicely. We don't have much to barter, so I'd be ready for to use scuffles. He says as he puts stick and shock in his rifle.
I have been practicing my scary face.
It's good. That is yeah, very very.
That's legit.
Like Satchel understands how she could be scary, but he knows that she just isn't, at least not to him. So he's just kind of like, yeah, kinda.
That's why I said practicing.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
And he starts like loading like the slippery bullets into his Keska, and then he starts checking all the Rugers, make sure that they all have their normal bullets in it, and whatnot. The APDS or
well, there's
APDS?
regular and there's APDS. APDS is the armor penetrating one.
Okay, well then
regular
there's
is
the regular ones.
All right.
Ones.
I don't think you need APDS to go through a leather coat, but who knows? Maybe they're packing more than leather coats.
Maybe they're packing more than leather coats. It's always hard to say for sure. All right. Let me go ahead and do this thing that I'm supposed to do with the maps when I do this. Boom. Turn it on. Yes, fog of war. So you can't see what's going on in the places you're not at. Because that's important. Oops. All right. So when we were last with you all, you were fighting. Oh man, I archived the thing. There it is. I believe I have tokens for you here. Yes, very good. That's what I needed. Your tokens. So finicky, this program. Etienne. Gertrude. Van. Very good. I do like that you can copy paste tokens on Roll20. You can't do that in Fantasy Grounds. That is a thing. Okay. And now we're going to move you all to the proper map, which is the hole.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
Nah.
I mean, it's the name of the bar. Apparently, they have a pool table. So
Yeah, they've got a pool table.
So that's what, 6 holes? 6 holes.
Yes. Pool table, 6 holes. I mean, unless it's some weird pool table that you never heard of.
who knows the future?
Who knows? It is the future. That's true. Could be playing
Cyber billiard.
some other version of it. So the hole is, as far as you can tell, it's just a sort of nondescript red brick building from the outside. You kind of standing outside. There's not a whole lot of activity outside of the location, but hard to say what's going on inside. The door does have a little bit of glass in it, and you can see some light kind of shining out from there, letting you know that there's at least people inside.
Are there any bikes or cars with any sort of like colors or gang symbols or anything like that?
Yeah, there's a few bikes kind of out in the parking area, some vehicles. Nothing that says to you that these belong specifically to gang members. I mean, you're not in the zone, right? So you're just kind of in this sort of just a free area where people in the neighborhood are hanging out.
Okay. Satchel kind of just starts walking towards the bar door.
Wait, Satchel. How do we want to do this? Are we walking in and start like shaking people down? Are we talking to people? What's the plan here?
Plan wants to come sit in this corner over here and just listen, and then back you up wherever you guys need it.
That's yeah. Could
Does
be.
that work? Should we do something else?
It's not a bad idea, actually. You're fast enough, but if you, well, all right. And he takes his little camera and pins it on his jacket and sends Satchel narrowly. Like, you should be able to follow our movement indoor with that if you want to stay out.
I mean, I don't mind coming in, but yeah, I'm just here to help however you need. He says, kind of sheepishly as he's stammering and whatnot. It's kind of like,
Well, I'd
shoulders.
not that it could have been useful to have our quote unquote gang liaison, or at least someone who knows how to talk to people.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, if you wanna wait outside and come as backup, that could be nice. If they underestimate us, they may be able to let out some information before they decide to try and throw us out, and then we can spring into action.
How about this? If you guys want to run, just say run. we're running, or if you want me to come in and fight and say fight, so I know which gun to come packing.
We can do that, but we may not have the time to express that. But I trust you to understand that if we were running away, you're going to run away, and if you see me put my shovels in someone's face, you understand that it's time to come in.
Shovels means we're going high end. Okay, I got you.
All
All
right.
right. Well, Gertrude, shall we?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the shotgun in the car because it's more for vehicle deterrence than people deterrence. But I will bring my big sword with me.
All right. It's your neighborhood. Should I leave the folded AK in the car and just bring the pistol and the shovel?
This is not a place I've really frequent, so I don't really know what the protocol is. I figure worst case scenarios, we have to leave the weapons somewhere inside. But that's better than going in without anything and everybody else has weapons. Is the way I look at it anyway.
All right. I'll fold the stock and put it in my satchel bag. No offense. And if they have like sensors and stuff, maybe I can deal with that. And the shovel is on the back, ready to go.
All right. So you move to enter into this establishment, and as you push open the door, it is pretty much a single room that has several tables in it, just sort of old tables. There's some stools up by the bar. The bartender looks up as you walk in and kind of gives you a little bit of a nod. You see some folks in this one corner just having a night at the bar. A person sitting alone in the other corner. There's several orcs in here. By your count, 6 of them. The 2 of them are playing pool. Yeah, 2 of them are playing pool. There's appear to be 3 at a table. Looks like they're playing cards, some sort of card game. And that's pretty much what you've got.
Okay. Well,
So after coming into the building and seeing how everybody's lined up, the Satchel's not going to say anything, but he's going to call an audible, and then come sit at the stool at the bar and make sure his back is to this wall.
Okay. Yeah, that is absolutely fine. Yeah, someone was sitting in your seat, I guess. I mean, theoretically, there's a little corner here.
Yeah, but then if he's sitting in this corner, all 3 of these people are technically behind him, and there's a wall where he can't see them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so Satchel heads over to the bar. Etienne and Gertrude.
I think Etienne is gonna make his way to the bar too. He's looking around at the people, and then he's gonna turn to the bartender and say, "Drink for me and my friend," gesturing to Gertrude.
Bartender nods. Anything in particular?
Just a soy wiser for me.
Miss?
Yeah, a soy wiser, I guess.
What about you? Over at the end of the bar.
Satchel kind of keeps his voice low, but he kind of motions his head towards this guy in the corner, and he's like, "I'll have what, or this person's having."
The far corner or the corner?
The where I'm pinging.
Oh, so you're like pointing all the way across the bar, like whatever that person way over there is having. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. He like looks over, frowns for a second, then shrugs. Quickly grabs a couple soy wisers in the can, just pops them and just puts them in front of you. No pouring into a glass. It's not coming out of a. It's not coming out of the tap or nothing. And then he pulls out a couple of bottles. One of them is not marked. It's got some like pen marking on the side. Another one's a vodka and another one's a whiskey. And he pours those in with a couple of other things and then slides it over to you.
Kind of nods, and then sends him his credits.
Okay.
Yeah, Etienne pays for the 2 soy wiser, and he's like, got a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
We're looking to make contact with someone. We got business to discuss. We were told we could find them here.
Okay.
I've heard of a guy called, and he leans down to talk a little bit like softer and not as loud. The ogre?
Everything in the bar goes quiet. The music stops playing. No, I'm just kidding.
Raises his hand. Damn it, I tried to be fucking careful, and that's what I...
Make a judge intentions check real quick. He kind of leans back at that. You see his eyes kind of flick to his left. And then he's like, that's a common name for some of these boys that run around in the gangs around these parts.
It's
you got ogres, you got bruisers, you got golems. I don't think they get that one. I mean, I read those books, but
no. And he turns and looks at the guy he looked at. He's like, yeah, no, I get it. Well, thank you for your time. And he raises his soy wiser and takes a few sips. And he's gonna start sending DNI messages to Satchel and Gertrude saying like, it's one of these 3 guys, I believe, and well, looking at the token, it kind of pinpoints that one that seems bigger than the others and a little bit more mean.
I
think that's our guy. This guy.
Yep.
But they're all orcs, though, right? There's no actual ogre.
No, I mean, he's kind of big, but he's definitely not a troll. You can't see his face. Real quick, let's find out if
Satchel kind of like gingerly tastes the drink he's been given, considering there's an unmarked a kind of unmarked liquid involved in the whiskey and vodka. It's kind of like
sure. Yeah, so it's really sweet. If you're a fan of really sweet drinks, then it's great. If you're a fan of like some sweet in drinks, it's cloyingly sweet. It's
so
it's like mixing Mountain Dew with Sunny D with like, really thick Kool-Aid, and then vodka and whiskey.
Satchel kind of like turns his nose up a little bit, and it's kind of like, but then he's kind of like, he can see how it's pretty good, and he doesn't like hate it, but it's kind of just took him off guard for a little bit. He starts sipping it and asks the bartender for a water or the nearest equivalent.
Okay, sure. So he kind of raises an eyebrow at that and slides the water over to you.
All right, cool beans.
So,
Click. There. Oh, okay, good.
It's like, do you have any like peanuts or like umami or like do you have like a appetizer menu?
I got the drinks back here. So no kitchen. Sorry.
No kitchen, nothing to sop up all this drink I'm about to put down.
Not my business.
Okay, I appreciate you. And so now he's double fisting. He's got the booze and the water.
all right, Gertrude, shall we go and introduce ourselves?
Sure. And Gertrude will slam the Soywiser and then crush the can and then stand up.
I like that. As if she does it like softly, and it's no effort. It's just like whoop.
Yeah, so that actually kind of gets a little bit of attention from the folks that are kind of nearby. One of the people at the table sitting there kind of looks over, but the other two don't. And then you make your way in that direction. The two gentlemen around the pool table, of course, are shooting pool.
Okay. Well, Etienne is going to take his job as leader, and he's going to move forward.
All right. And Gertrude following?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and move to about where you want to be. As you're moving up, you kind of hear a little bit, Etienne. Somebody is must have the Urban Brawl game playing out of a maybe the comlink or something, and you can just hear, and that's we've got it now. It's 2-0 early on in the first quarter of our Urban Brawl match. Enragingly, who's up? You don't catch that. And then they start talking about, some of the last plays and
He's
what have you.
He was like on a stride. He was walking. He was confident, and then he hears that, and he stops. And he's like, And in AR, he's like, Laurent, his agent, can you get me the score and display it in the corner of my image? I'm not going to be able to do it if I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Montreal is up. Yep, Montreal is up, actually. So Montreal with 2, New Orleans with 0 for now.
All right. Sian is very happy about that, and he didn't have to suppress a swear as he's walking up. So he starts walking again, and he gets near his mark, and he clears his throat. Mr. Ogre? The
two people in the chair just kind of put their cards down, face down, and look over at you. The fellows playing pool, they stop. They're looking at you. The ogre is sitting there, and he's got his hand. And finally, he says, "I'm all in." And he pushes a stack of a couple cred sticks, a wad of various scripts, and the two other orcs at the table look at each other, and the first one, right to his left says, "Oh yeah, I'm out," and then the other one does too. So he reaches forward and he grabs everything. He just kind of hauls it into himself, throws down his cards face up, doesn't care. His hand is nothing. It's like a 7 high. And And then he finally sort of like just kind of turns back like this, sizes you up.
He nods. He's like, well,
What can I do for a little smoothie like you?
that was a good play. Good bluff. My friend and I are here to talk a little bit of business that you may have with an associate of ours. Do you usually conduct business here in the open, or do you have an office somewhere? And he grins a little bit.
Oh, moment. He looks at the guy to his right and kind of does that, and that guy gets up. The ogre stands, walks around to the other side of the table, sits down, and says, "Welcome to my office. What can I do for you?" The other orc sits back down.
Etienne sits down, takes the shovel out of his back, and put it against the table because it's uncomfortable to sit down with that on your back. He says, well, apparently you have some business occurring with this fight promoters that from time to time hires us to do business, to do things for him.
You mean that little cockroach Sid?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you're here with this cred?
Not exactly.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is indeed. My friend and I, gesture to Gertrude, who seemed to be standing behind him,
smiling.
Hi.
I'm super intimidating.
We're free agents, to be honest. We're working. Right now we're subcontractors. So he hired us to hammer out the details and maybe solve his problem without, all the creds. We accepted for now, but we'd like to know more. He's been squirmish about what you guys have on him. Maybe you told him, maybe you didn't. But before we take sides, we'd like to know.
Sorry you're representing the little cockroach or not.
Well, we are for now. We're open to various offers, and we like to know a little bit more about what we do before we decide to do it, and he wasn't able to offer that. So we would be interested in learning what's it all about. What do you have on the guy?
Look, honestly, don't know. And just as honestly, I don't care. I was told if I gave him a call, say I see few certain things, Sid would get the message. And from the way he sounded on that call, he got the message loud and clear. So he's gonna come down here and he's gonna pay up, or his agents can come down here and pay up, and then we make it go away. It's fairly standard kind of thing.
All right. So we're basically two sides of the same coin, you and I. We're agents working on behalf of someone else.
Sure.
Gertrude's going to lean over to Etienne, and she's trying to look very professional and very intimidating and not just jump in, and lean over and whisper and say, "You should ask how much Sid actually owes."
So he was a little bit vague on the numbers and stuff. Would you? How much does he have to drop off?
Well, we figured we'd ask 150. That's what we told him. But I think I'm gonna have to call him back because my time is precious, and he seems to be wasting it. So,
I mean, any Etienne gesture to the table. You seem to be doing fairly well for yourself with the time you have, so I don't think that's going to be an issue.
I'm losing out right now. So, 200, and I make it go away.
So how much of that goes to your employer, Af?
I mean, some.
Some.
I mean, look at my boys here. They're hungry too.
So we're in
Put the
Chicago.
grill on the table.
Everyone is hungry in Chicago, and I totally understand that.
Less hungry for us when Sid pays up.
Yeah. And that person that called you and had you haggle Sid, got anything on them?
Not for you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He turns and look at Gertrude, and he sends her a DNI. He's like, I don't have any leverage, and I don't have the money to pay him for that. So, shovel? Question mark. And he just looks at her as he sends that. He's like, he nods, and he turns to her. He's like, well, that's unfortunate. And he gets back up, picks up his shovel, and then jump over the table and tries to whack him in the face with the shovel.
Okay. So, what I'd like from the three of you is to go ahead and give me a reaction plus intuition test. Gertrude, you can apply a +3 to this test. Etienne gets a +6 to this test.
Said reaction plus intuition.
Reaction plus intuition. And I'm going to also get some of these dice up. All right.
That's a surprise test, right?
It is a surprise test. So you need to get 3 hits on this or else you'll be sad.
I'm going to edge that. Because I don't want to be sad. I want to be the guy who does the,
And then once you've done that, make sure you've selected your token and roll initiative.
It's my reaction. Oh, okay. Now,
Okay, I'm good.
intuition or initiative.
I would also like to use the edge to re-roll.
Ooh, that.
I don't seem to be getting many threes. All right.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get these guys initiatives now. Three, 4, 5. Okay. And that's all right. So, that is an interesting set of rolls. You're good. Satchel, when you rolled, did you get your 3?
I get my
You did.
3.
You did. You rolled a 5. So
Yeah.
you are fine. Satchel, you are first. You see what's about to happen. I mean, that's this, like, your reflexes are so fast that even though you had no idea this was about to happen, as you see Etienne reach up and grab the shovel, you just process it and you react, and you actually just get to go. It's your turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to grab the Casca with the slippery bullets, and I am just going to spray as many bullets as I can in this general direction. You said that all of these people are orcs and are wearing similar colors, right?
Yes. So you're
All right.
trying to just kind of spray this area down with the stuff.
Yeah, with lube. I'm trying to spread this area out so that they can't immediately come jump my friends from behind.
Sure. Mark off the bullets, because, I mean, you're not going to miss the area over there. Are you moving at all while you do this?
I will be moving. And actually, yes, I will be moving. I'll just say damn the consequences. I'm still kind of wary of these people right here, but I know that these people are with them. So I will move over here towards this area while spraying these guys down, or trying to. And I'm not exactly sure how many bullets I can fire with semi-auto. Is there
Semi-auto, you can fire 3,
3?
because you'll do a semi-auto burst, right? So
Yes. Okay.
all right. So you move 8 of your movement. So you have 28 movement left for the entirety of the round. And remember that once you hit 18, you're running. So that was Satchel.
I will fire my 3 bullets.
All right. Etienne.
Etienne was going straight for the ogre, and I didn't mention he was going to jump on the table, so.
Yep.
There you go. And so we can reach him. I don't know if he's still on the table or he's down there.
He's sitting down, so you've got a +2 to your attack because you have the high ground.
All right, well, shovel to the face.
Is this a shovel to the face, or is this a shovel to the face?
The former.
Okay.
That's not great. Let me edge that.
All right. Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I said let me edge that. That'll do.
That will do. So that is going to be 10 to his AP of
-4.
-4. So here we go. All right. So 9P, that is going to hit him, and 7. So 3 is the damage that gets through as you clock him pretty good. Yeah, just a, clong. As he sees you getting up, you see him reach under the table, and then as you clock him, he kind of rears back, and he's got a shotgun that he is going to attempt to hit you with. Are you moving away from him after you clock him? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say you've used 5 of your movement so far, so you have 19 left.
I mean, don't really know where I taking cover is an action, isn't it?
It depends. So taking cover specifically is generally an action, but if you like just run behind a wall, I'm not gonna call that anything except you ran behind a wall.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. But I don't think there's any walls for me to hide behind right now. So I guess seeing the shotgun, he's gonna step back, jump down, and try and put someone between him and that shotgun. I
Okay.
think where he is right now is kind of the guy can move, so that's not going to change much. But he's I'm trying.
So I'm going to call that 4 movement because you're hopping down as well. And this guy, he, as you're moving away, he actually pulls an interrupt action to shoot at you. If somebody can tell me otherwise, I think interrupt is -5, but if it's -7, someone can let me know. And if they let me know before this guy goes again, then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think the base is -5.
All right, so here goes. And ooh, so 3 hits.
Okay, I'm gonna. According to our little thing that we have, I still have some nerfs, so I'm gonna use one of those.
Sure thing.
The reaction plus intuition.
I guess I have an auto hit. I'm going to use my auto hit, so it's 4.
Okay. Yeah, we should. All right, Etienne ducks behind the table and avoids the shot.
Sure enough. Okay, so as you're ducking behind the table, I don't see anybody posting anything, so it is now Gertrude's turn because why won't you? There we go. All right, so it is now Gertrude's turn.
Are these tables like bolted to the floor or anything like that?
Not that you could tell. I mean, it wobbled a whole lot when Etienne jumped on it. You're actually like, oh, I hope that doesn't actually just fall over.
Then I would like to flip the table up on its side to give Etienne more cover. Like
Okay.
pull it and push it up.
All right, so you flip the table with your action, placing it kind of between the orc and the between the orc and Etienne. So I'm going to say it's something like that.
Yes.
Okay. Probably
Perfect.
not quite that long. Try again. My beautiful, beautiful
line drawing skills.
line drawing skills. There we go. Yeah, that's what's up right there. Look, there's a line. Okay. That was Gertrude. Next up is the ogre. He growls at that and kicks the bottom of the table, just upending it completely so that now it's just flat on the ground. But that does use up his action, so that is helpful. And finally, this guy, who is this guy? draws his gun and points it right at Etienne and pulls the trigger, shooting 3 times. So you're at -3 on this defense roll because of your earlier defense and
Okay.
the 3 rounds he's shooting at you. He's going to use his edge on that to re-roll 7 dice.
Well, I guess I'll do the same if I don't want to get the bullet to the face. Ha!
A successful no bullet to the face ensues. And then we're back to Satchel.
Okay. So what? As I'm moving, did I notice these orcs doing anything crazy after I looped them up?
So keep in mind that 1 second has passed.
Okay.
They are doing this right now. About that far into it, too. They're not like, so
Okay. All right, cool beans.
That's where they're at.
All right, well, I'm just going to trust that the Ultra Glide is doing its thing because now my friends are starting to get shot. So I am going to run, or not necessarily run, but I have what, 28? You said 1, 2.
Yep. If you click on your token, it'll show you your physical wounds, your stun wounds, and then your run speed left.
Okay. I'm going to draw my cane, and draw my vibro sword and cut this guy.
Okay.
Two.
See that.
Since I have ambidextrous, I can still have my.
Yes. So you run over there. Keep in mind for the rest of this combat turn, you are running, so you do not have a free action because that is used up on your running. You are also at -2 to your actions because you're running so fast. That said, you're at +2 to defend because you were running. So go ahead and make that attack.
I'll use edge because chat is the goat. Giving us a bajillion edge, so I'm going to start using.
Holy cow! All right, so turn on the edge clicker and then make your roll, and then remember to turn off the edge clicker.
All right, edge clicker on.
Toggle switch.
Clicking it. All right, and then we are going to.
And Etienne, you're going to be next. So.
You said I'm at a. Oh, you said I'm at a -2 modifier, right?
Right, -2.
I did not click -2 before.
Hold on. Okay, that's fine because I can just see what the last 2 on your roll were. A 1 and a 2. So you drop the 1 and the 2. So it's still 5. All right. This guy is going to attempt to not get hit. This is a long shot. All right, so you have 3 net hits. That means you're going to do 13 damage, -2 to his armor. So that is 13 damage, -2 to his armor, -1 to his reach. Oh, he actually gets 1 less, but that was a 1, so that's fine. 13 minus 5. 8. Physical, yes. It is 8 physical. You cut into him deeply. All right.
As I do so, I kind of like, are we leaving? As I kind of like follow through.
All right.
Nope, we still need to learn a bunch of things.
You don't get to say anything because you have
true.
no free actions.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh my bad.
Because you're running and you're like in it right now. So all right. Okay, Etienne.
Well, Etienne has a guy right in front of him that took a hit, and apparently he's still up and going. So
He is prone.
oh, he's prone.
Yeah, because he got. I mean, just that knocked him right on his butt.
Yeah, but he's still No. There's a table in front of him that's blocking him from the shotgun blast, so he's going to stay behind.
Well, actually, the table is now flipped completely upside down, and so the legs are kind of up. It's got that sort of center column that then splits into 4 legs. That's
okay, so he didn't stay on his side. All right.
Yeah. Well, that was the ogre took his action to kick it out of the way. So.
Okay. Well, since the guy is on his butt and probably a little down right now, he's going to go back to the ogre and try to whack at him again with the shovel.
All right. What is the reach on your shovel?
2.
So you don't have to get right up on him, just so you know, depending on what you want to do.
Well, I mean,
okay.
If I go right up on him, it's going to make him harder for him to shoot at me.
Yes,
right?
It will.
Yeah, so let's do that. And you know what?
Right.
I'm going to pre-edge that one because I realize I'm not that good at blades. That's fine. We're having fun here. Damn.
Oof. He also edged though, just so you know.
Yeah, no, I see the edge there and stuff. So that didn't work. He blocked with the shotgun as I was coming down.
Yep. Yeah, you come down, he just kind of kicks it out of the way. Gertrude, it is your turn.
Well, it looks like guns and shovels aren't working, so I'm gonna pull out my big girl sword.
Okay.
And it has a reach of 3.
Okay, so you don't have to move to hit either of these 2 yo-hos that are right up on you, or even the guy behind the table if you want to get him.
I'm gonna go for the guy in the upper left-hand side here who has not been hit yet.
Of the table. Okay, so this guy right here.
Correct. Sorry.
Okay. All right, go for it. Give us that attack roll. There are no bonuses to this. It's just the straight up attack roll. So.
Okay.
All right.
That was not great.
What was your name again? You don't get a name. It's Chemical Boys number 3. Chemical Boys number 3 is going to roll soak -5 against 15p. Yeah. So you decapitate him. I don't know how you're going to blame that one on a motorcycle, but these guys are pretty busy with whoever they're fighting, so maybe they didn't notice. But yes, that was 12p that went through, and his max is 10. So I'm calling him decapitated.
So Satchel kind of sees this and then is now reassessing the whole like not that intimidating thing he was thinking earlier.
All right. So the ogre is going to attempt again to shotgun blast Etienne. The ogre's going to pre-edge that too.
Oh, all right. I guess Etienne's going to pre-edge too. That's. I can play that game too. I'm a human. I'm going to out-edge you, motherfucker.
So I'm a human. I've got chat.
That is also that.
All right, here we go. Boom. Wow. That's horrible.
I'm at -2 now, right?
No, because you had an action, so you're
Oh,
not at
okay.
any minuses. Yeah, as he tries to bring the gun up, you just kind of knock it aside with the shovel, and he just blasts the wall next to it. Once again, you are not shot by shotguns. Okay. With that, it is now, I believe, Satchel's turn.
The satchel kind of like leaps over the fallen debris and then comes over here and yeah, he's going for the throat.
We need to talk to him.
He's going for the kneecap.
He's going for the. You're going for the throat. Go.
That's okay. His comlink can talk for him.
Oh, okay. Throat. We're going. Because yet again, the chat is a goat. Where we're using. We're gonna pre-itch this.
All right.
Do I have any modifiers before this? Or am I still at -2?
You're at -2 for running.
Okay.
That's all. Man, what am I gonna do here? -1 to defense, because you already defended. Minus another one for the reach. Yeah, he's got it. Why not? All right, so 7. That is going to.
Can I use another edge
Definitely
to make you re-roll?
No.
Okay, that's a different thing. All right.
You can well, if you want me to re-roll, if you have a thing that allows you to make me re-roll in the bennies, is that in there? A re-roll?
I remember that was in the bennies.
Force GM re-roll. Yeah, it was. I don't think it's a new one, but if you have one now, then we will honor it. But I don't think you have one.
Nope. It's only right now. It's only Gertrude that has it.
On Darcy.
Okay.
On Darcy,
a re-roll
yeah.
for Darcy, yeah.
Cool beans.
Okay, so yeah, that he just kind of steps back and you cut the chair he was sitting in right in half. The bartender's like looking up over the bar like that. As you guys tear apart his bar. No respect. That ends the first round of combat. 3 seconds have now passed. One man is decapitated. No one else in the room has really moved. Good times. Everybody go ahead and make sure a token is selected and make an initiative roll. Oops. Oh, I'll take it. That was his edge.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah, I forgot to on edge, but all right.
Yeah, right? I guess
I'll
that's
take
just that.
It's yet almost got shot twice by a shotgun right next to his face. He's a little bit cranky right now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, there it is. Then initiative. Edge. It's fine. Did mine show up?
No.
I'm gonna try this again.
All right. Meanwhile.
Time on Dragon Ball Z.
Still nothing. Let's go ahead and... Oh, there it goes.
Boom.
All right. So, Etienne, since you edged, you get to go first.
All right. Well, Etienne is going to keep on wailing at that guy because he has a shotgun in his face and,
This is true. There is a shotgun.
And he's going to use, what do you call it, NERPs for a +3.
Okay. All right, here comes the big defense.
God damn it, he's still
Oh wait,
edging?
I rolled edge. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's re-roll it. 3. So you clip him on the jacket, but he does manage to get out of the way of that, and brings us to Satchel.
Satchel is done with this. He wants to. He's going to use a smackdown to just go ahead and just rush this guy.
Okay, so just hit the roll button. Doesn't really matter what you what the thing gets, because it's just going to be 4. Just your attack normal. I just want it gives me the readout on all the damage and stuff. So I think it's a -3 because of your. -2. Right, at this point, don't worry about it. I'm looking at it up here. So 14p is how much damage you're doing. So 14. Here goes. He soaks 8 of that. So that leaves 7. 14. Ooh, okay.
Leave 6 on this side.
And 6. You're right. You hit him really hard, but it doesn't actually even cut through his armor. But he just seems really like almost staggered by it, not completely. He is on his feet.
And Satchel kind of is like, "Yo, are you sure we're not staying? Are you sure we're not running?"
We're not. We don't have what we came for, so nope.
Alrighty.
All right. Yeah, he's just going to try and turn and bust out that shotgun. He takes someone down with him. You're coming with me. Etienne. 3.
All right. I'm probably gonna use at least a note hit on that. We'll see. Nope, I won't.
All right. So yeah, you just push it out of the way again. That brings us to Gertrude.
So it looks like they are going to take care of the ogre in the corner there. So I'm going to kind of spin around on my heel and see what the rest of the room is doing as we are committing murder.
The rest of the room has not had an opportunity to react at all yet.
I like how she's like, as we're committing murder, she's the only one that's murdered anybody.
That was clearly a weapons malfunction.
And it's not like we're not trying, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
2 of us are like, doesn't want to go down.
He's just too tough to die.
All right. So yeah, it looks like they haven't reacted, but the gang members look like they're about to.
I'd like to just point the sword at the gang members who look like they might be starting to move this way. Not actually cut anybody, but just like a fencing kind of move where you just point the tip of the sword at them.
All right. So let's go ahead and have you make a intimidation plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
I told y'all I was practicing my scary face.
And we will see how these folks react. 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So in order of number, this guy. All right. So the guy closest to you is not affected. Maybe because he thinks he's close enough that he can get up in there and get into you and hit you somehow. this guy, the second guy, is just kind of grabbing the side of the pool table, like, and just looking around back and forth. And then the guy at the bar grabs a bottle and smashes it along with whatever he's going to do on his turn, which is probably fall down. This guy is crawling away. Help me, lady in the corner. All right. So that guy is dead. This guy is going to try to step forward towards you. However, before he does that, all right, he manages it. He tries to come in under the sword and attack Gertrude because that's how people do. Likely that is the scenario, but we shall see. We shall see how foolish he is. Pretty foolish, because he's going to try and like slam the pool cue over her head.
Well, she's like wielding this giant, like, pole arm / sword. Pole arm with a sword at the end.
I mean, that might be part of it. He might think like he's got an even deal because he's got a stick. So that is going to be -1 to your defense, but go ahead and make a defense test.
And that's the shield, correct?
It should just be the shield. Yep.
Great. -1.
All right. He hits you with the pool cue for 8 damage. Go ahead and let's see what the soak is. And I believe that's going to be stunned because you probably have more than 8 armor.
I have exactly 8 armor.
Okay, it does not exceed your armor rating, so there you go.
And there it is. Any modifiers to the soak?
No, it's a pool cue. So you take 2 stun as he kind of slaps you in the face. It's like when you're playing dodgeball and someone throws the dodgeball and hits you in the face. It's like that, you know. It's not really damage. It's more like a hey, and that is that. Oh man, poor life decisions. This fella, who is this guy? Oh yeah, this guy is quaking in his boots. And this fella is gotta make a roll. Okay. He manages to slip around the pool table, but he only gets about this far. We are at the top of the round, or the top of the pass, with, I believe, Etienne.
All right. Well, Etienne has Satchel at his side. He feels confident. He's going to keep swinging the shovel. Does having an ally in combat helps me in any way? I don't remember. It's been a while.
I think that there's a negative on his end.
Okay.
So I'll give him a -1 just. And I only know that because there's martial arts that
Negates that, right?
that negates it a little bit, right? So you have a reach of 2. And then an additional -1, I'm saying. So here we go. Clock. All right. -4 on a combat shovel. Ooh. All right. With that, you just bang and just hit him like right up under the chin, and he just full on lift him off the ground a little bit, lay him right out.
Nice.
All right. That makes it Satchel. Nope.
Right?
Yeah, that makes it Satchel's turn.
So Satchel kind of lifts his sword up, get ready to like for a return swing, and then but Etienne like uppercuts him and knocks him out. So he's kind of like, "Oh right," and so he just kind of turns to the left and sees this guy over here.
And this
That
one
guy's
has no
dead.
head.
You see that guy's body and like blood just pooling out of the stump of his neck. That's what you see when you look at that guy.
Okay, so he just kind of turns and sees past this dead guy and sees this guy, and this guy is coming towards.
This guy right here is holding the table very tightly. You feel he may be adding a little bit of urine to your grease mixture on the floor. This guy right here has a broken pool cue in his hand. The other half of the pool cue is on the ground.
And there's a red mark on Gertrude's face where.
Oh, he fucked up. So
Oh no, you didn't do that, man.
over the table after putting 2 and 2 together, and he is going to try to like fucking I don't know, like flipping fucking like anime slash him over the table.
I like that there's people leaving.
They're like, yeah,
Okay.
go.
Go ahead and make the roll then. So you're not slicing him up. You're just trying to knock him back. Is that?
Oh, I mean, I'm trying to cut him. I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay. All the rest of that stuff was just fluff. You're making an attack. Go.
Yeah. I still have a lot of edge from the chat, so I will use it.
Poor fella.
And I rolled it. Did it come through? It did not. So I will do it again. Once more with feeling. Sometimes you just got to double tap it. Oh, there we go.
Oh damn.
Don't touch Gertrude.
You talked about anime earlier. I believe you cut him in half in the middle.
And there's a second before he falls apart.
Exactly.
Right. So as you come in down, he throws the pool cue up, and it just, I mean, it's not anything. It's a vibro sword you have. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's see if this guy survives. No.
Stop.
No, he doesn't survive. You do cut him. Like you're actually literally cleaving down, like from the side of his neck down about halfway through his body. When you, because your reactions are really good, are able to just bring the sword back, unless you want to slice all the way through, in which case you do, because that was 18 physical, which is 8 over his health.
No, I don't try to cut all the way through. I kind of bring it back, and then I'm kind of like, we don't have enough bandages.
No, you don't. All right, that was Satchel's turn. Well, Gertrude, Satchel appears to have made a bloody mess in front of you.
But he looks okay, so
Yeah,
fine.
Satchel's fine.
He's fine.
Um,
Okay.
there was this other guy kind of running towards you.
Yeah, broken bottle guy.
Yeah, hard to say if that's still happening or not, but you're not going to know until it's his turn.
Can I wait until he has a turn, or am I at the end of the pass here?
You don't know that you're at the end of the pass
Okay.
necessarily, because I mean he hasn't gone yet for his second pass. But if you would like to hold your action, you can.
Yeah, I'll do that. wait and see what he's
All
going
right.
to do.
This guy crawls to the other side of the chair. She gets up and she's just like, you're gross. Sits down in this chair. And he hides in the back corner. And that ends the pass because these other guys are not fast enough to have a second go.
That was your first mistake.
Etienne?
Challenging us.
Etienne just knocked the guy out. In turn, Satchel's already gone and he's making a blood spurt all over the place. So he's going to look at these two guys in the back and he's going to point a shovel at them and go, "You better run." And try and roll Intimidate because I think
Plus
we're pretty much done.
7.
Okay.
All right. Well, you all are going to get about 3 actions before they get to go again. So if all you're doing is being super intimidating, we'll call it at that. And if you are allowing it, as these people all have run away already, they're leaving.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And with that, the aha in the hole ends. This guy slips and slides, and it's pretty comical as he tries to get away because of everything in there. Dead, hiding, sitting down, enjoying her sweet drink, and unconscious. And with that, we'll be back in 10 minutes to figure out if we can get any information from unconscious ogre. Hello, we're back. Everyone, quick bio, quick get a drink, quick get a food, quick do a thing. And hopefully everybody else had a chance to take care of their whatever they do in the 10 minutes, chat on the chat, I guess. Before the break, we got into an altercation in the hole with the Chemical Boys, and Etienne beat the crap out of the ogre with a shovel. Little help from Satchel as well on that, but Satchel also was elsewhere during the fight taking care of other things. And also somebody's head fell off randomly. We don't know how that happened. It will be a mystery for eternity, but some people's necks just aren't, set right. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? Most of the patrons have run out of the bar. And as things are kind of dying down, the bartender kind of looks up and, "Hey, who's gonna pay for all this?"
Etienne gestures at the pile of cred sticks and new yen on the ground from the gambling. He's like, "Well, think you got your due right there, bud."
He looks and grumbles, and he walks over there to start getting everything. He's like, "What about these guys?" And he points to the 2 very dead orcs.
Etienne shrugs. He's like, "Well, listen, man, I gave you one answer. Don't have one for everything."
What do you want from me, guy? Do you not have a mop? So yeah, he just kind of grunts at that, and the guy in the corner is wailing a little bit, holding his arm, which is mostly his hand is over still by the table there, and so he's holding his arm, trying to like keep himself from bleeding out, while also like trying to keep the long slash down the front of his body from bleeding as well. He does not look very good at all. And then the ogre is unconscious, and this lady is sipping her drink. Don't care.
Satchel knows it's very tasty.
Then frowns a little bit and look at the lady. He's like, whatever. Gertrude, do you have one of those very low levels slap patches so we can talk to this guy? He's gonna take the shotgun and throw it away and make sure this guy is disarmed. Doesn't have the ogre doesn't have a knife on himself or anything. Also, pocket his comlink.
Yeah, I've got some med kits if we want to take care of that.
Yeah, I just want him conscious enough to talk. And if he doesn't want to talk, we can always put him back down. But, you know.
That's true. You could always just put him back down.
And if they're saying that, he talks to the bartender. He's like, "So, how much in damages are you? Do you think this is gonna run?" As he's eyeing the table, looking at the cred sticks and whatnot.
As you say that, he scowls at you and just like quickly gathers up the cred sticks and million that have fallen and just kind of and then
just kind of chuckles to himself, like,
yeah, it this might cover it. And he gets up and walks away behind the bar. Yeah. So who's getting treatment first?
So I think I'm going to treat the guy that's actively bleeding first.
He is actively bleeding.
Yeah, so I'm going to treat that guy first.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a first aid check. All right. So you managed to get him bandaged up. You kind of pull really tight around the stump of his hand. Here's your hand. if you can get somewhere quick enough, you might be able to save that, or just get a new hand. It is a cyberpunk dystopia after all, and you get the front of him kind of sutured up a little bit, enough to where he's not going to die anytime soon. He's still got probably a couple of weeks of maybe not doing anything strenuous like sitting up too fast. He mumbles something. It sounds kind of like a thank you as he then just stumbles out, leaving the ogre to whatever fate awaits him.
They sort of call after him and go, "You should probably lie down."
Yeah. He stops at the door like, and he wanders out. Maybe he registered that, or maybe he did not. Hard to say.
Right. Well, Etienne is going to walk up to the ogre, and as I said, toss everything he had away from him and pocket his comlink, and he's going to wait for Gertrude to come over and wake him up so we can have a talk.
Okay. So yeah, he do you wake him up, or are you just going to wait for him to wake up?
Etienne's idea was that Gertrude is going to help wake him up properly right now so we can talk. Unless
that's going to require a stim patch.
I do have some of those.
Like even just a rating 1 stim patch. I mean, you got to get him out of his stun, right? So he either needs to rest or a stim patch. Those are your options.
We can give him a rating 1 stim patch here.
All right.
All right. So you think of that like smelling salts, I guess, it's like, oh, and he opens his eyes kind of wide, looks around. He's very disoriented, grabs his jaw like, ugh.
Etienne is standing over him with a shovel on his shoulder, and he's like, "Morning."
He looks over at the decapitated gang member.
We ready to talk now?
I'll kill you for this.
Yeah, of course you will.
What do you want to know?
Who are you and what do they have on Sid?
He spits at your feet. Pah! Not telling you shit.
Oh, so... And he points the shovel at the beheaded guy on the ground. He's like, you want to end up like him?
Do it.
Come on, man. You got paid for fucking blackmailing fight promoters. Is that really worth it? This is just getting stupid now. Who's behind that? What is it like? Are they going to make you suffer 1,000 years of hell if you talk?
You come in my house. You kill my friends. We're ride or die. So if you want to, let's fucking do it. It's probably better for you anyway.
Well, one of your friends is going to need a lot of medical care. He just walked out of here and he should have been lying down. And I told him that and he did not listen. But he's currently not bleeding everywhere. And I gave him his hand. So if I cut your head off, then what's going to happen to your friend who just walked out of here? Who's going to take care of him?
He's going to take care of you.
No.
Is he?
You're going to fall
Right.
off, Saki.
We came in and we tried to talk. That didn't work. We jumped the table and had a good brawl. Some people died and stuff. You've ridden the thing. You don't have to die for that. So, just, come on, man. Just like what is it gonna take? You want us to pay you a drink? You want us to? If you don't talk and he takes the comlink out, you're like I'm gonna take what I need off of that. So
You do what you got to do. I ain't said shit.
And with that, like Satchel just kind of like takes him at his word, and then just kind of gives him a coup de grace with the vibro sword.
Okay.
it's like, holy shit!
And then like Satchel's just kind of like, he said it a couple times.
Yeah, I know he did, but that's
I had to feed him.
Just kill him, Saki. Just kill him. Just cut his head off right there. Everyone saw.
These guys are all about that. You grill them a little more, then they're gonna break. What the? All right.
And then like Satchel just kind of innocently is like, this. It's not my thing.
Oh wow, that so that happened.
Okay. I guess we're gonna need to put these bodies in the van and find a morgue.
I mean, you don't
Now
have
like
to.
Satchel kind of like looks around. Is like, I did good, right?
Yeah, you did all right.
And he's like, all right, I did good. And then he like starts helping like grab bodies.
Yeah, you did good. Good. So yeah, I mean, you've done that. Are you planning on then actually taking these bodies to the morgue, or are you gonna leave them for poor Ed to clean up?
Well, I mean, we already broke his table. I feel bad leaving bodies as well. That gets very smelly very fast.
Like
It can.
Satchel doesn't feel any kind of way about it because he remembers just how much money was on that table.
Also, I also
More
live
than a
down the
little.
street from here, so That seems like bad,
Ah,
inviting badness in.
okay, I'm gonna help you, Gertrude, if that's what you want to do. Let's bring them at least outside, and then we'll see what we're gonna do. I'll sit down in the van and start working on the comlink.
Okay. So this comlink is state of the art. No, it's not. It's not at all. You easily get into this comlink. There is no difficulty whatsoever getting into the comlink. And you are looking for some specific information, and you find it in the comlink, not well protected. You pull several comm calls that come from a Miguel Garcia.
Huh. Miguel Garcia.
Or not Garcia, Garza. And then there's a call to Sid. And then there is an address in the messages, 2419 North Ridgeway Avenue, apartment 102.
Tim shares that information with everybody. Like, well, I guess that's our guy.
Sounds good to me.
We sure that's not just Sid's house?
On second thought,
I mean, I don't know where Sid's live, so let's see. Can I do some like matrix search to correlate that address with Sid or with this name?
Yeah, go ahead and make a matrix search test.
Three hits.
You quickly are able to correlate that address with, I want to say, Malloy. Stephanie Malloy.
Stephanie Malloy. Any one of you two heard that person before?
no,
I don't think so.
Huh. All right. Let me see what I can find on Miss Malloy. So he's gonna pass out in the van and start searching for Miss Malloy and what he can learn about her on the Matrix. And he's gonna bring his agent Laura with him.
Okay. Go ahead and I see you're making the rolls.
That's for the agent, and then
and then you 5 total. Oh wow, yeah. So it takes you about half an hour. You're able to locate mostly like clinic records of under that name from a nearby clinic, and it seems like she's actually been in there several times. There's like maybe once every 3 to 4 months, she appears to be in for various minor injuries, contusions. There's a broken bone at one point. There's looks like, you know, lacerations that were stitched up. Doesn't necessarily, you can't really get a read on where in all cases, but you also see that she's been in recently, and had a kid. And yeah, that's about all you find on her, other than the address again matches up, and that she is a little late on the rent. Not like a whole month's payment, but they haven't paid their full rent. Or yeah, they haven't paid their full rent. So that's what you find.
Etienne shares that information. Like, that's what I got.
So she has a family and she's late on the rent.
Yeah, and she's been in the hospital a few times over the past year or so. Maybe she's one of the fighters from the pit. And she's trying to get herself a retirement package. He shrugs.
And with that, he's kind of like, how much do they get?
What, you mean fighters? I don't think they get shit when they retire, other than like what they accumulated. So that's why I implied that.
I mean, what's typically the fighter's cut?
Shrugs. I don't know.
And he kind of banks that question away for a later date.
So do you think that we need to call Sid to let him know that the first level of folks are handled, but that doesn't actually solve his problem? I mean, it keeps his legs intact.
I mean, I think the issue here is not much of his leg than his reputation. These people had video evidence of him probably like telling a fighter to give the fight so he could make a little bit more money on the side. And that's what worries him. And that's not on that comm link that we found. So these people have it. Don't think we have solved this problem. We just eliminated the middleman.
So we could drop the bodies at a morgue or some sort of ghoul feeding center and then move on to the next address.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the buddies. Last time we came across ghouls, I shot one in the face repeatedly as we were driving away. So I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about feeding center.
Oh, I didn't know if there was some sort of, outreach program for.
Oh yeah, those who are not like evil ganger that pick family off the street. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
The folks who are trying to make it work. I don't know.
Is there a check that I could make to see if there actually is any outreach programs or like
Yes, there is. It's called Chicago Sprawl.
Chicago Sprawl.
Or you could also do
I have like transhumanist philosophy. I have
HMMVV.
You could do HMHBV, you could do safe houses, but that's a long shot. You could do charity that has to do with charity. Maybe that would help out. Or if you have like ghoul communities, which none of you do, but
safe houses. That seems like it'll be my best bet.
Yeah, I mean it's a long run, long shot rather. Yeah, no. You haven't heard of anything like that. Gertrude does know that she's the idea of it is pretty legit. Like she's pretty sure she heard somebody say something about that at some time, which is why she mentioned it. But she doesn't actually know where now that she's thinking about it.
Well, if you give me like specific keyword to search on the Matrix, I may be able to find that. Like I don't know about it. Like HMHVV Center. What do I enter in Matrix Google to find that? You tell me, Gertrude.
I feel like Google Redistribution Center is not quite what we're looking for.
Cool redistribution center.
I don't know. Body pantry sounds terrible too. I don't know what you would search for. I don't know how your matrix works well.
Community body fridge.
All right. We'll just say that you're able to make a matrix search with some keywords that you figure out.
He goes like when you don't know the term you're looking for on Google and you type something that doesn't work, you type again that doesn't work, and then you go
about your third one pulls up some really risque pictures of like ghouls in fetish gear and stuff, and you're just like but it's in your search history now forever.
Laurent, delete history.
Yeah, that was unpleasant. Yeah, there's apparently like a whole community around like the milky cataracts in their eyes and just how that. Yeah, I'm sorry, that is wrong.
Yeah, let's move on to that. We dispose of the bodies.
Yeah, you find a couple of ghoul sort of communities around. None of them says Ghoul Reclamation Center, but probably the best one is in the loop itself, in the Shadow Graves. There are some ghoul communities that probably would appreciate someone, delivering, door dashing them some gangers.
Look, I know this seems ridiculous, but I'd like to help people, and
ghouls are people too.
Ghouls are people too.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just
as long as they recognize that we are friends, not food.
I think that's the old point of these communities. Well, if once we're done dropping them off, do you have a hose in the truck so we can spray the blood away with the drain?
Well, yeah, there's definitely I've got cleaning solutions and stuff in the van because it's just body fluid.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's fine.
Sure, it's fine.
It's fine. All right.
Okay. Actually, now that I think about it, if you don't want to go quite into the Shadow Graves, but you're willing to go to the south part of the zone itself, you're pretty sure there's a ghoul community there. That would probably be pretty appreciative. Let's see. I want to say. Yeah, there is definitely somewhere to the south is you're fairly certain a ghoul community that is set up in a graveyard.
That's classic, I guess.
A little on the mark.
I mean, who am I? To talk. I'm the guy traveling with a shovel in his back, so I guess I'll fit in.
Well, it's
And
not
that-
like we're moving in. We're just gonna
No.
drop these off and then continue on with our
Mm-hmm.
adventure.
Yeah, Tom. I guess Etienne's nickname could now be the Gravedigger.
Indeed. All right, let's see here. I want to say. It's here. Yep. Sorry, I had to kind of go through and look for the specific place, but I have it now. It is the Holy Sepulchre Cemetery, very far to the south. There is a mausoleum there, and looking it up, it appears that there are. It's a pseudo gang, but mostly they're like a community gang, right? So they'll do illegal stuff. They'll take people out, but at the same time, it's mostly just to protect their turf and to keep things kosher. They really prefer not to mess with anybody. But it's a gang called the Crypt Kickers. So a little on the nose, as Satchel says.
All right. We'll start headed that direction then.
Are you going around or through the zone?
Probably around, less checkpoints. Okay.
Certainly, there are no checkpoints actually as you're going around, and then eventually you get to the southern side and cruise over into the Holy Sepulchre Cemetery. As you do so, you do notice a couple of folks just kind of looking over from this. They're sitting in front of the mausoleum there, kind of looking at each other like,
What are these guys doing here?
right? Yeah, it's very much like what the hell is this?
Well, as we get in there, Etienne is like, well, like, do we just drop them off and peel off, or are we? Should we talk to people? I don't.
Gertrude's gonna roll down the window and be like, "Hey, we were doing. We thought we might do a little bit of community outreach. We have some fresh bodies in the back. I wanted to know if y'all were interested."
They look at each other again and they speak quietly to each other, and then one of them turns and goes towards the mausoleum. The other one gets up and starts walking towards Darcy. You're dropping off bodies? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
And Satchel's kind of like on edge in the back of the van, kind of like,
what happened?
There were some accidents with some swords.
Look, we're not trying to cause any trouble or raise any eyebrows in our direction. I mean, is this really don't want this to kind of come back on us? What I mean,
Gangers. Tell them they're gangers and just have a scuffle.
Oh, yeah, no, they were gangers, and if anything comes back, it'd come back on us since we were the ones who had the accidents with the swords.
Make an etiquette check.
under his breath, he's like, everybody walks when nobody talks.
Can Etienne help her with the etiquette if he like just is sitting at the front seat and he's like, "Hey,
Yeah, go ahead. I'll say you can.
gangers, we had a scuffle with gangers and it turned bad.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
One more die for you."
Woo!
That could be the difference, you know. All right. At this point, like another 3 people come out of the mausoleum, and they kind of they're moving towards the van. The one that went and got the others, he kind of hangs back, but the other one, one of the new arrivals looks up. Leo, I got it. And Leo turns. Oh yeah, okay. And steps back. This new guy comes up. So Charity,
Yeah.
who you got back there?
Was it Chem Dudes? Alchemy Boys?
Gangers.
Yeah.
Hangers, yeah.
This was the result of a street scuffle or something.
Kim boys.
Yeah. Well, we're not gangers, but it was a straight scuffle between them and us, right? And it's back at Gertrude.
Okay. All right then. You want to open it up or?
Yeah. Gertrude will hop out of the van and go open
Comes
the back
around
door.
back as well.
Mhm.
And then he stands kind of aside as he nods to the others, and they come to collect the food. And he reaches out his hand to you to shake your hand. My name's Harry.
Hi, Harry. I'm Gertie.
Do you shake his hand?
No. I'm not wearing any kind of gloves or anything.
Okay. Kind of sniffs a little bit and pulls his hand back. Well, suppose we appreciate this. As long as it doesn't come back on us. All right then.
Satchel from the back of the van is kind of like watching them like move the bodies, and he's kind of has like a morbid curiosity, and it's like, do you guys have to worry about like food safety or like do you have to keep it out of the danger zone for like temperature control or anything like that?
So one of them picks up the head of the guy that was randomly decapitated and just like bites into the neck stump, just pulling out, just looking at you like hardcore.
A little aggressive, but it gets the point across.
And then he just grins at you, this big bloody grin, and then turns and helps haul the rest of them away.
Then he slowly shuts the back of the door, the back of the van.
Yeah. All right. So your dasher tonight has been Gertrude.
5 stars, please.
Yeah. Glad to help you, boys and gals. Do what you gotta do.
All right. And with that, you drive off. Having delivered major delivery.
Did you guys know that they eat them like that? Like, I've never seen a ghoul eat another person before.
Neither. I mean, I've seen threads on the Matrix that claimed that that's what it was. Never knew if it was real or not, but I think they were now.
I mean, it seems like bad table manners, but we did kind of show up unannounced, so.
Yeah, no, I get that their condition and they have to deal with it their own way. It's just still unnerving, you know.
Like we just had a conversation with that guy the other day, like 5 seconds ago, and now we're watching him get munched on.
You know.
That's why we're not moving here. That's why we're leaving.
Yeah. Let's go. We got an address to go by and ask some questions. Let's hope we don't need to come back here tonight.
Probably.
Yeah.
So is this going to be like a thing that we do?
Well, yeah. You know what? Now I kind of understand why our former teammate didn't want to kill people. It's kind of an asshole.
Not because it's bad or mean or evil or anything like that. No, it's a hassle.
Or what?
Well, it's on top of that. You know, it's makes everything worse.
Indeed.
Look, just trying to make some good come out of the murder.
No, you're right. Not all of these goals are the same as the people we encountered before in the streets, so not their fault. They're sick. Still weird, but you know, I get the point. Just hope we're not gonna do that too often.
So Satchel kind of looks at Gertrude and it's like noticed that she was kind of hesitant to touch his hand or whatnot without gloves, and then like is that how it's transmitted? By like touch with the ghoul? Like if I high five him, I'm gonna get sick.
Probably not with just a high five, but it's like a lot of diseases. There's a bodily fluid exchange. And you have to be smart about interactions with people who have illnesses.
And then Satchel just kind of nods and takes that in. All right, cool beans. Thank you for the information. He awkwardly and kind of like sits back down in his chair.
All right. Now that this is done, well, we got an address. Shall we pay a visit and talk? I tried to talk last time, but
You know, it worked okay.
He was very grumpy.
he was. I gave him a bunch of opening. We beat him up. We brought him back and give him a bunch of other way to cooperate and didn't want to. Let's just hope.
He literally asked me to kill him. I mean, he wasn't like, hey, Satchel killed me, but he was like, hey, just do it. Yeah, he said it.
No, you're right. He said it. Just next time that they say it, wait for the okay from everybody before you stab them in the heart with a sword. No. You're good. You're good. Yeah, that was totally fine. It's just, you know, sometimes these gangers, like, especially those who say we ride or die, you shake them a little bit harder and then they just ride and they talk.
And he nods emphatically. He's like, shake them. Okay, shake them harder. Okay, I got it.
I mean, I don't know if this one was the case. Yeah.
Okay, shake then stab. Okay, I got it.
And we're headed to the address while we're having this conversation.
Okie dokie. Yeah, so you don't have to go into the containment zone to arrive there. Because this address is also outside of the containment zone. And eventually, You do notice that traffic has subsided somewhat. It was busy earlier because of the game, and everybody kind of trying to get home, you guess, or get to wherever they're going to watch the game. For those who are excited about it.
Yeah, speaking of the game, what are the scores right now? Etienne is looking at that while actually he's watching the game if it's still on while we're driving there.
Yeah, as you look at it, you see that you suddenly wish maybe you hadn't looked at it just now, because it appears that the tombstones have managed to tie it up. So it is 2 even.
And you throw something at the back end of the van.
Right.
Satchel kind of like ducks out of the way because at the back of the van is sitting.
Excuse me. Sorry,
Jeez.
Satchel. I just got bad news.
What? What happened? Did your friend die?
Almost.
It's like, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean,
No, it's fine.
like...
He's not my friend. I kind of put down some new yen on this guy, and he got taken out of the game. Fuck's sake.
And
yeah.
Like, as he's getting a better picture of what's going on, it's like, oh, okay, and just kind of like hands whatever thing is that he threw back there.
It's the ogre's comlink.
Oh.
He's like, I know. Well, we're done with that, and he opens the gun port and shoves it out the side for it to tumble down the road.
It tumbles down the road as you drive away from it. So you arrive at the buildings and at the area, the location, and see that, well, whoever Stephanie Malloy is, she's not well off at all. This is it's a 3-story brick building, some garden level apartments. The flickering light overhead tells you that, whoever owns this place is not super into keeping it up. And, there's a small parking lot on the side. Several older model vehicles are there, and various states of disrepair. Some are rusting out. All of them look functional, is probably the kindest term you could use for those vehicles.
Okay. Tien scratches the back of his head like, well, I could probably do some matrix reconnaissance, but I'm not quite sure what
reconnaissance, he says as he reaches into his pocket.
Matrix reconnaissance. Like, look inside with the matrix and stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna find much in there.
And he keeps his hand on the marker just in case he goes into the matrix.
So what do you guys and Gal think? We go in and ask some questions.
I mean, sure.
That's probably our best bet.
Yeah, seemed to work well last time.
Well,
it was a win-win-win, right? Ghouls got to eat. We kind of got our information, and the dude got to die. Like, we all got to win.
These are all true statements.
Yeah, exactly.
Like literally, like in terms of just literal, true statements.
So the address that we got, you said it was apartment 102?
Apartment 102.
Is this a ground floor apartment?
Yes. It definitely is one of the ground floor apartments.
Yeah, so then it shouldn't be a problem if things get sticky. We're already on the ground. It's not like having to jump out the side of an apartment building or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, well, let's park the van and go then.
I'm gonna park it. See if I can park it between two of the cars that look functional.
Okay.
Trying to
Yeah,
get it
that
to
makes sense.
blend in a little bit.
All right. One moment here. This all set up. All right. Cool. Yeah, so looking around the place, you see that there's a small foyer with a buzzer that lets people into the building. The outer front door appears to be locked. So maybe if you can either break in or if you can convince someone to open the door for you. The listing of 102, as you look at it, it does say Malloy, which was expected.
You guys want to try and buzz it, or I can probably just bust the lock open.
You could attempt to hack it, indeed.
Is there anybody else around?
Not a lot. If you're sitting there for several minutes, just kind of waiting to see what's going on, you see, some pedestrian traffic, but it's not a lot. You definitely don't think that you're gonna get a whole lot of witnesses or eyes on, unless you make just a really big ruckus.
So we should not drive through the door.
No, I'll get it open. We can knock on the door itself. So Etienne is gonna flip some programs and stats around his deck and try to unlock the door with his hacking skill.
Okay.
Think he only needs one hit. Not one hit. One mark.
Yes. You'll only need one mark against. Yeah, you're probably not going to have too much trouble.
Yeah, so he's just putting everything which should be on his deck. Tell Laurent to get to work with him, and yeah.
Okay.
So that's the agent helping him for act on the fly. 4, and then hacking plus logic plus 4. There you go. 5 hits to put a mark on the thing, the lock, and.
Yep, you put a mark on the host, actually, that controls all the locks and stuff. So now you're able to enter the host and do that control device action.
Okay. So Etienne is going to let the other know. I have control of the locks and bunch of things in the building, but we're on a timer now. And he taps his wrist as if it was a watch. So let's talk, and depending on how it goes, I'll switch it off or not.
Sounds good.
Now that he's in the host, is there like cameras in the corridors and stuff like that he would need to make sure that they're not too noticed by?
There are no cameras that you can see. There are the doors and some alarms.
Okay. He's gonna keep an eye on these alarms, but not do anything about it since, well, he just unlocked the doors, so it's fine for now.
Well, you'll have to unlock the doors.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he's gonna try and unlock the door to at least walking the corridor so they can make their way to the
Right.
door.
Yeah, and we're rolling because even though you're not likely to fail, failure does come with
It's still a hacking.
consequences. It is. It's still.
Hacking plus logic.
It is to do the. I want to say it's for control device.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do hacking plus logic. It's either to do the actual thing itself or hacking plus logic. So
All right, I'm gonna roll my agent first. Seven hits.
you all hear the click of the magnet deactivating, so that maglock is now enabling you to go ahead and enter into that apartment complex on the first floor.
And on the Matrix, the agent is drawing an anarchist logo on it as I'm not picking the door. We're allowed to walk in.
All right, so there you are on the ground floor. There are 4 apartments here, and then there's steps that kind of go up, and then there's maybe a service. Well, obviously that leads to the front desk and like maybe a service area. So that's what we've got on the first floor here.
Okay, well, according to the number we have, it should be that one right there at the back.
Indeed. Let me grab the crew and put you into a new map.
Oh, there's a map. Then
It's it's a map.
I like it.
All right, here we go. Switching everyone to the map. Kinda. Here we go. 2419 North Ridgeway. The windows are shuttered, and you're kind of standing on a little porch area that is inset into the wall there. So it provides a little bit of privacy if they want to sit on their porch. Very nice porch.
well, we knock at the door. That's what Etienne is proposing. Like, let's just knock at the door and we try and talk again, resolve it without any.
Any more trips to the graveyard?
Yeah.
So Satchel goes and knocks on the door.
All right. Satchel goes up to knock on the door.
Etienne is going to stand behind him. Just.
All right, here we go. Let me reveal what you see. All of that probably makes sense.
While you do that, I'm going to be back in a minute.
Cool. All right, so the door opens just a little bit as this young lady, and actually I need to make everyone's tokens a little bigger because it's a small map.
Super size.
Yep. All right. So the door opens and you see this orc woman. She has a baby that she's holding, and she looks out. Maybe in her low 20s. The orc baby that she's holding is crying. and the it looks like she's got a large bruise, just kind of right there on the cheekbone, actually on the right side of her face, and no, we'll do left because that's the token. Left side of her face, but you the hair that she has like kind of down looks like it's sort of covering it.
He forgets the pleasantries and kind of notices the bruise under on her face, and he was like, he kind of like, who did that?
Who are you? The door's not open all the way. She's got the chain set.
And then, kind of forgetting himself, he kind of like looks behind him to like Etienne and Gertrude is kind of like.
Etienne looks at what he can see, and he's like, "Hey, we're independent contractors." And he's too kind of taken aback by what he's seeing. Does she, from what he can see, does she look like a fighter? Let's
make a perception test.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because she hasn't opened the door all the way and she's kind of like peeking around. So you don't really get a sense of her physique. And she's, she's kind of trying to cradle her baby at the same time. I don't need any services. I didn't call for anything.
We might have a mutual friend. Do you know Sid?
No, I don't know that person. Is he one of the neighbors?
Can we roll judge intention on that?
You can roll that, or you can roll deception con because it's supposed to be con versus con. Let's see.
I will also judge intentions.
We're so freaking good at that.
I rolled 7 dice and got 6 hits on that. That's
you go ahead and brag.
I'm not. It's not bragging. It's surprise. Like I'm like, wow. All right. So she seems fairly legit in terms of not knowing who Sid is, and does seem confused about why you're here.
Etienne is gonna look up in the air. He's like, "You're Miss Malloy, right?"
Yeah, that's me.
Would you, by any chance, know someone named guy that was on the call list before that I completely forgot?
Miguel Garza.
Mr. Miguel Garza.
Oh, he's not here right now. Is he okay? Is he in some kind of trouble?
That's looks around to the others. That's what we're trying to figure out, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't help you. He's not here. And I gotta. And then the baby starts to cry. And I gotta feed the baby.
We understand that. It's a cute little thing you have there, but would you know where we can find him?
No, he just when he goes out. I don't know what he's doing. I don't. He just goes out sometimes. Go ahead and make Judge Intentions test.
And you know what? It seems like this person is a super duper face. I'm gonna pre-edge that. I know she's not. This is. I wanna.
Oh, look at that once.
There.
You notice as she said that he wasn't here, she kind of like her head half turned, and then she caught herself and turned back to look at you, and that she seems really on edge.
Okay. Does she seem to have any Matrix presence as Etienne looks in AR? Cyber eyes or a com link with something that has image link contacts.
You do not see anything on her without a matrix perception test. You see various icons of various Trid and coffee maker and stuff from inside the house, but you don't see anything that looks like a comm link.
Okay. Etienne is gonna send a DNI message to his team saying he's in there and she's troubled by it.
Gertrude will sort of step up and say, well, we don't want to bother you anymore. If you need any help, I have a clinic and I'm going to give her, if you have some way, I've got some information if you need help. As one woman of non-human or elf persuasion to another, I know that it can be sometimes difficult to find appropriate care. So here's my address, here's my comm code if you need any help or if you need anything.
Let's have you make for Gertrude. I'm going to say leadership for this.
Okay.
So make a leadership check.
Do you have ratings in leadership? Because maybe I could help you.
I have 1 rating in leadership.
I have 1 rating, so I could help you for 1 die.
Not in this case.
Not in this case. Okay,
this case.
I just wanted to.
She takes the card and looks at it, glances back up at Gertrude, and yeah, sure. Thanks. Have a great evening. And then she slowly pushes the door closed.
Etienne makes a gesture with his hand to go back in the corridor and says on DNI, yes, something is wrong in there. I could check on the matrix to see if I can have a view, or we could just bust down the door right now if you guys think it's appropriate.
Yeah, Satchel just kind of looks back and trying to see how people are going to react, if there's any like nods or anything.
My only concern would be some sort of hostage situation.
Yeah, that's why I maybe wanted to look on the matrix first.
Yeah, we could go back out to Darcy so we're not hanging around in a hallway if you want.
Yeah, the thing is that the longer I keep the door unlocked for us, the more likely I am to, get caught.
Are there any exterior windows?
There are the windows here that you can see that are shuttered. You imagine that any other windows inside the apartment would actually be outside of the building, facing outside of the building itself. The interior, there's a little courtyard of like dead grass and a bench and bird fountain bath that doesn't have any water in it and is really dirty.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Etienne is like, okay, I know what we're gonna do. Gertrude, take your comlink out and start pretending to take notes in AR. Let's slowly walk back and see what I can do in AR while we reach the door. If I reach a good conclusion, till then we come back and get in.
Okay, I can do that.
We're gonna pretend that we're walking out, and in the meantime I'll try and do some matrix perception and stuff so I can maybe get an eye into the apartment from the cyber toaster or whatever, or comlinks for that matter.
All right, so you do find one comlink in the main part of the house or apartment. You find the various appliances. There's apparently a radio on somewhere inside. You don't remember hearing. Now that you think about it, you remember hearing like a sort of droning sound of something, but you couldn't make it out what it was, and you realize now it's probably a radio was behind a door that was closed. And that's pretty much it.
Unless I do a real matrix perception to find.
Oh yeah, I mean I was imagining that's you making a matrix perception test to find that comlink, which you would find. It'd be next to impossible for you not to find it.
Well, then I'll get in the comlink and see what I can find as we're slowly walking our way in the corridor.
Okay. Go ahead and make that roll.
I'm going to use my first. I can't even use all that, so that's a +5 for me.
Well, you got to beat a 2.
I'm going to post-edge that. Fuck's sake. How much stupid dice is that? There. Cap out at should be a 6, not a 5. Yeah, mental
Okay.
6. So yeah.
Got it. So yeah, you usually sleaze a mark onto that comlink. It's a rating 2 comlink. It's nothing special. You're able to see quickly at a glance with those successes that it belongs to Stephanie Malloy. There's tax calls out on it. Doesn't seem to be tied to anything. There's no pan associated with it.
Okay. Anything else I can find on there that would be interesting? Do matrix search real quick.
Go ahead and do a matrix search.
Once again, using my agent to help me. Yeah.
It's gonna take you some time to kind of comb through it. Mostly you're looking mostly at like maybe who she called and who she messages with. So before I get that information to you, what else are you all doing?
We're in the van now, and he's searching. Correct?
Well, you were making your way to the van
Okay.
as he was searching.
Are there any nosy neighbors?
You didn't see anything in the short time that you were there. I mean, you didn't make enough of a ruckus that if there were nosy neighbors, they would have known to be nosy about something, maybe. So there might be.
I guess I'd be looking around for anybody who is sitting by an unshuttered window, or, like, I don't know if I'm understanding the layout of the apartment properly.
So you've got a building. You've entered into a courtyard. It's open at the top, so sun can kind of come down. It's only 3 stories tall, right? So there's the center courtyard that would normally have grass in it, and some benches and stuff, and it'd be taken care of, but it's not. And then there are, on this level, there are only 4 apartments, and then there's the towards the street side. There's a front desk where if they were open, if it was during the day, there would probably be someone sitting there, presumably, that you could go and talk to without entering the building itself, right? And then on the back end are the stairs that kind of go up to the next level. And then you imagine on the upper floors, there's 6 apartments.
Okay, I got it.
Right. So on this level, there'd be apartment 101 would be next to 102, and then across from them would be 103 and 104.
All right. Yeah, okay. That makes sense now.
Jen is still coming through all that information. He's like, there's got to be something in there that can help me.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, if you
find it.
want to knock on another door, you can. If you want to, yeah, I mean, whatever you guys want to do. But you don't see anyone now. There's no one peeking out at you or anything like that.
I'm gonna give Etienne a heads up, and I'm gonna call Sid.
Sid's like, okay, what are you gonna tell him?
Run these names by him, see if that jogs anything in his memory. I don't know what else to do.
Okay, yeah, that's not a bad idea. And he looks back behind his shoulder. He's like, I'm trying to find ourselves a better reason to bust down that door, but I think that guy we're looking for is in there, and I'm not quite sure that lady got that black eye by fighting in the pits, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. And I'm trying to avoid an altercation as well.
We still have those gas grenades, right?
There's a baby in there, man.
Yeah, gas grenades are not good for babies.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Especially cute little orc babies.
I'm sorry. He just gotta hold his hand up.
All right. Yeah, you call them. Let's hang out in the lobby for a little while. Call them. I'll see what I can find on my side while you do that, and then maybe we go back there, knock again, and kick the chain out of the door.
All right.
Not while the lady with the baby is behind the door. Come on.
So with that, you call Sid, and he answers. Hey, you all done? You got it?
We'll say 50% done.
Oh, all right. Oh, checking in, because you're professionals. Yeah, I like that.
So I have a few questions for you. Just some clarification points on as we're wrapping this up for you.
All right. Lay it on me.
Okay, so tell me, we're going to play this great game, and the game is if you know these names, you have to tell me what they mean to you.
All right. Name game. All right. I know some names.
All right, first name, Stephanie Malloy.
Stephanie Malloy. She is. No, that's not her. Pass.
Okay, next name, Miguel Garza.
Miguel Garza. Why are you asking about Miguel Garza?
That I told you the rules of the game.
He's not involved in this, is he? That son of a bitch. I made him everything he is. Yeah, he's one of my fighters. He's the guy that decked your friend. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so it would be safe to say that he's got anger management issues.
Yeah, you just gotta direct him in the right way. But this makes sense. Oh, but he couldn't do it. He's got to have somebody helping him. Oh,
why can't he have?
This plot runs deep.
What didn't he do?
I mean, he's a little mad at me right now because he lost a fight he really thought he was going to win, and then happens sometimes. But he really thought he was going to win, but then stuff went down. That's how it goes. But he's probably getting back at me. He's got to have some kind of help. He's got to have some. But yeah, find out who's got. Somebody's helping that guy. There's no way he's in it by himself. I mean, he's not a thinker, he's a puncher. So watch out for that right cross too, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we had a bit of a falling out, so that makes sense. Makes sense.
So you think that Miguel shared your secrets with somebody else?
That's got to be it, or else he hired somebody to do something. But that means that there's someone else in this picture, and so we gotta tie up all the you know the word for it, the loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So great. All right. Awesome. I think
it's definitely something.
Right. All right. So you guys take care of that, and let me know how it goes with Miguel. And I'll be here waiting for your call.
And just so we're clear, you did not try and steal his girlfriend or anything like that.
I would not. Why would I want to steal his girlfriend? I got plenty of ladies. The ladies are all over me all the time.
Look, I have to ask because this is starting to sound a whole lot like some sort of trid drama. So I just have to ask. I have to cover all my bases. I'm a professional.
Right. I mean, I got a crazy life. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? The limelight's on me all the time, and that's just people want what I got. So so that's just how it kind of goes. But you're on top of it. I see you've already made I figure you must have made it past the ogre. So whatever that was, good on you. And just hit me back up when you find out anything new. Yeah. All right, great. What's that? What? All right, yeah, I'll be right there. I gotta go. All right, click. And with that, we're gonna call it for the evening. We'll come back. We'll have folks next week that are out, and we will find out what's going on in Stephanie Malloy's apartment. Probably, I imagine, and just see how deep this rabbit hole runs.
Maybe.
Good
session. I had so much fun.
As we head out, So again, tomorrow, big day, lots of stuff going on. We got Darier's doing his Nelly Media thing. If you want to check that out, that's Day Gamer on Twitch, DAYGAYMER. And then of course we're going to be on all day tomorrow, talking about Cogsworth. It's the last full day of the Kickstarter, and we're really excited for that. So we're going to be on. We're going to talk about it. If you're on Twitch with us, you can ask any questions you want about any of the process. What's up with this? What do you think about that, or the art, or whatever you guys want? And we're also going to, I guess we're going to watch some of the preludes. We're going to debut one of the preludes. We're going to play some games, hang out, have a good time. It's all day. So please join us for that.
As the guy who edits all of these prelude and episode, I can say that we have a prelude tomorrow that's about a certain guy with a certain big shield who is facing his new calling for the first time, and that's very interesting. I very much enjoyed it.
All right. Yeah, we're there now. Okay. We're there now. All right. So with that, anything else from the cast? No? All right.
Just that you guys are awesome.
That was a very funny thing.
Yeah.
And Chris,
right.
we'll see you on Saturday morning to slay that dragon again.
Oh, yeah, again.
Again.
Second
All
time.
right. Well, with that, once again, thank you to the cast. Thank you to everyone that is watching us. And thank you to Tom, who provides our support and back end everything. This show wouldn't happen without him. And we'll see everybody next week.
Bye.